In today's video you will see early morning mist on the water and I ride my stairway to heaven.
Well, apparently I'm a real boater now. I just fell in the canal.
Good morning. It's around about 5 AM. Had a solid night's sleep. Even with the noises you may be able to hear in the background. That is the M40. Not too far away, constant noise. Travelled that road many times, hundreds of times. And here I am, doing a few miles an hour, and look at this view, the mist on the water. Incredible.
Just before I set off, and while the boat is warming up a little bit, I just want to let you know what my day looks like. Apart from this beautiful sky, not a cloud in the sky. Not too cold. It's going to be quite a nice day, about 21-22 degrees. I've got 7 locks to go through. One tunnel that's 1,500 yards long. That's the Creek Tunnel. And 6 bridges. And all of that within about the next 2 miles or so. So it's going to be a busy start to the day. After that, it's just going to be plain sailing right to my mooring spot, about 12-13 miles away. I'll try and do some filming along the way so you get to see what I'm doing, but unless it's too busy, like going through the locks, I may not be able to film then. I'm underway now. Unfortunately there's a bit of a glare on the lens from the sun. As I said, beautiful day. I've got the locks just around the corner, so not too far to go.
As I explained in my bonus Creek Tunnel mostly unedited video, it was at this point I had a disaster. The pictures continued to record, however the sound did not. I decided to show you the pictures and once again add some sound to them. As something a little different, I sped up the video of my stairway to heaven as I ascended the Watford locks. These start with 2 single locks, followed by a set of 4 staircase locks, and finish with a single lock. That is the first lock completed. The lock keeper then asked me to moor up on the right, just short of lock 2. This was to conserve water as a boat was coming down the staircase locks. After this I completed lock 2 and proceeded directly to the bottom lock of the staircase. The Watford staircase locks are part of a flight of 7 locks on the Grand Union Canal's Leicester line. They consist of 2 single locks, a staircase of 4 locks, and another lock, which raises or lowers boats 52.5 feet or 16 metres. The 4 staircase locks are unique in that they utilise side pounds to conserve water during operation. So how do staircase locks work? They have shared gates where the top gate of one lock acts as the bottom gate of the next lock in the series. Water is either drained from the lock above to fill the lock below or vice versa, depending on whether the boat is ascending or descending. Staircase locks are generally faster to navigate than a series of individual locks with pounds between them, especially when a large number of boats are going in the same direction. While staircase locks use more water per lock, the overall water consumption can be reduced by managing boats in the queue by moving several boats through at the same time, using the water efficiency within the staircase. This is the final lock of the staircase as I move into the last lock, lock number 7. I now move on to my first tunnel. This is the Crick Tunnel and it is 1,528 yards long. It is a two-way tunnel for narrowboats that can fit 2 boats side by side going in opposite directions. There are many more interesting facts if you would like to watch the full video of my Crick Tunnel, mostly unedited. Please click on the link below. Soon after exiting Crick Tunnel, I passed Crick Marina, where the largest boat show is held each year, and it was there I decided I was going to buy a narrowboat. A short while later I passed Yelvertoft Marina as I headed towards my overnight mooring. With what happened next, in some ways I'm glad I never caught it on camera. However, I wish I had to show you how quickly an accident can happen.
Well, apparently I'm a real boater now. I just fell in the canal. Not all the way, thankfully, but boy did it hurt when I hit that armco. As you can see, from the knee downwards, I got a bit wet.
After this, I moored up for the night. It looks bad, but I'm now recovered and will continue my journey in the morning.
Hi, today I'm going to be cooking one of the traditional favourites in the UK. It's toad in the hole. And before anyone asks, no toads are used in this recipe. So what is toad in the hole? Well, it's actually sausages in a Yorkshire pudding batter. Let me show you the ingredients. Now, if we start with the sausages that I'm going to use today, you can actually use any sausages because the lower quality ones or the cheaper ones tend to have quite a lot of fat in them, and that comes out in the batter, making it just a bit soggy. So these ones are pork sausages with bone marrow. And then you can have any veg. I'm having peas today. In the batter that I'm going to make, I've got 150 grams of plain flour. I've already put some salt and pepper in there. I like pepper in there. A lot of recipes just have a little bit of salt. I prefer a little bit of pepper. You can season it how you like. And I've got 200 milliliters of milk. I'm using full fat milk, but you can use semi. I've got 50 ml of water, some double cream for the mash, and the eggs, 3 eggs to go in with batter. I've already chopped up some potatoes, about an inch cube, and that's for the mash. And the onions I've already chopped up, as you can see. That's going to be for the onion gravy. There's some gravy mix, salt and pepper. Right, now before I do anything, I'm going to put the oven on because you need a really hot oven. Let's just get this going. And it needs to be about gas mark 7, which is 220 degrees centigrade, or around about, I think it's 425 Fahrenheit. Right, next thing to do is to prep the sausages ready to go in the oven. They go in the oven once it's hot for 10 minutes. Just to get the oil nice and hot and start cooking the sausages. Now, I did forget to let you know that I actually put about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan. I don't know if you can see that. Beautiful. I'm just going to put them in there in the same way they came in the box because that's going to be quite attractive. I'm just going to roll them around a little bit so we get some oil onto the sausage. Now once the oven's hot, I'll put them in, as I said, for 10 minutes, and in the meantime I'm going to start making the batter. Just as a reminder, flour, salt, pepper is already in the bowl. That's 150 grams of flour. I'm going to break 3 eggs in there. Right, now it's time to mix it. I'm actually using an electric mixer. You can use a hand whisk. But this it's obviously easier, gadgets are easier. Okay, so I've mixed that now until most of the, or in all fact all the flour has been incorporated and it's relatively smooth. So now take the milk, and I put about 1/3 of the milk in to start with. Just want to gradually mix it in. Okay, we've got 1/3 of that in there now, another 1/3. And the rest of the milk. We can actually put the 50 milliliters of water as well in there. Just give that a mix. Okay, that's
nice. Okay, time to put the sausages and oil in the oven. Right, so we need to do that for 10 minutes. Right, I've actually given that an extra few minutes because the sausages are so big. I've given that some extra time just to get hot in there. So we're going to work very quickly now. You can see up here I've got my batter ready. Sausage has got to come out, and as quick as you can, pour the batter in and around the sausages. You've got to do it fairly quickly. Okay, so we'll put that back in the oven. Now we're going to give that about 25 minutes, maybe 30. Let's see how it gets on. While that's just finishing off in the oven, I've cooked the potatoes, just letting them steam a little. You want them as dry as possible. They're nice and soft now. And I've also cooked off the onions, added just half a teaspoon of sugar just to help caramelize that. And you will notice that I've actually got a little bit left over of the batter. I'm going to make some pancakes in the morning, I think, with some bacon. That sounds really nice. Right, I'm just going to make the mash now. As I said, let them steam for a little while so that they dry out. So just put them back in the pan. Now I learned a little trick a while ago on making mash to get it nice and smooth and delicious. Let me just put some butter in first. And I've also got some double cream. Please don't add milk. Milk just makes your mash watery. If you like watery mash, go ahead, you do that. I'm going to put in, oh, let's see, how much is that? Around about 75 ml of cream, but you put it in to taste. I'm going to put some salt and pepper in there as well. If you like cheesy mash, obviously you can add some cheese. In this case, I'm just going to have ordinary mash with a bit of salt and pepper and cream in there. That's a nice pinch of that. This is what makes it nice and smooth and creamy. If you get yourself a mixer, use an old pan as well, because it will damage the pan a little bit. And as you can see, I turned the button the wrong way, so I've got mash everywhere. So now I'm going to just do a quick taste test. Yeah, perfect. So it's nice and creamy, it's smooth. And as usual, I haven't got enough pots with me to warm up the peas, so what I'm going to do is put the peas in with the onion gravy, because they're going to get mixed anyway, aren't they? Get the last bits in there. Just boiling some kettle for some hot water for the gravy. Put a couple of heat teaspoons in there, maybe a little bit more. Of course, you make your gravy to the thickness that you prefer. I like it as a thick gravy, hence I put a little bit extra in. Now I've got my boiling water. I'll put the heat onto the gravy pot just to help boost that.
So I'm going to pour in as much water as I need to get a nice thick gravy. I think that's just about right for me. Right, I think that's ready now. Let's just take it out and have a quick look. And just a quick note, when you put Yorkshire pudding or batter in the oven like this, definitely do not open it for at least half an hour, 25 minutes. Otherwise your Yorkshire pudding will just collapse. And as you can see, this has actually risen very, very nicely. Alright, time to dish up. I'm going to try and get it out in one go, but somehow I don't think I'm going to be able to. Let me just hold on to them. Yeah, not too bad. Let's get some of the mash and the gravy. There you go, there we have the final dish, toad in the hole with creamy mash, peas and onion gravy. It tastes delicious.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I would love you to like and subscribe to follow my future adventures. Thank you. See you soon.